Hi everyone, Sharon Brennan here, Cottage Lane Stamper. Do I look older? I turned 70 yesterday, I can't believe it. Mentally I'm like 35, but physically I'm like 90, I think. Anyway, thanks for joining me today. If you have, let's see, I'm going to try and find myself on my tablet here quick while people are logging on. And there we go. So if you have any comments or questions, trying to swipe for comments, just post them and wave or say something when you log on. So that'd be great. I had the best birthday I've had in a long time. I had a drive-by birthday party, and we did social distancing. My visitors all wore masks, and we sat at least 6 feet apart. So I haven't gotten my vaccine yet, but I'm scheduled to get that. So anyway, my church brought me flowers, and I had one of the things I did for my birthday. I was going to do something else today, but then when I did my birthday party yesterday, I decided to kind of share with you what I did. So who is ever out there? Hi. Anyway, I made some little gift bags, and this one was a little too small, so that's why it didn't get used. But they were like this. This is 3 inches. I made them 3.5, and I bought little ice cream cups from Walmart, and they fit in the bottom in here. And then I had cupcakes, and today that's what I'm going to show you. I made little cupcake boxes, so that's what we're going to do today. And these are 3 inches square, and they'll fit a standard size cupcake. I had placed my order from Walmart for 2 different kinds of cupcakes, the standard size, and they didn't have the one chocolate, and they substituted muffins, so I rejected that. Went in and bought some other cupcakes, and I got home and they were like too big. So I went back to the store again and got another set of cupcakes that were the same as what I already had purchased at home. So this is what we're going to do today. I'm going to show you how to make this cute little cupcake holder with the window in it, and it uses the scallop tag topper. And let me put down here so I can show you better. Let's see. Ooh. Hopefully this is in a good spot. My tablet, I don't know, whenever I go live, it just freezes up and does weird stuff. So anyway, this is the little box, and unwrap it, and I made a little tag here. And if I can undo this ribbon, I really tied a good tight knot there. There we go. So I got this idea from Jeanette Cobb, and she did a video on this, so I don't know, I think about 6 years ago maybe. And I just wanted to do something special for the people that were coming by to wish me a happy birthday. So it opens like this, and like that. And the ones I made were all made out of basic white cardstock. And today I decided to try to do something with some of our DSP. So you close it up like this. And I chose this one. This is from, oops, the Ice Cream Corner Suite. And I chose this because I thought it looked like a little bakery shop. I'll switch that around. And my tablet is driving me crazy, so I'm going to go out and come back in again here on Facebook. And it's still doing the same thing. So anyway, let's get started, and I'll show you how to make this. So you're going to start out with 2 pieces of 6x6 cardstock. Now I've cut this for 6 by 6.5, and I'm only cut the 6.5 part here. Can see that. I'll bring my paper trimmer in here. So you can see this is the 6.5. This goes off the edge. And now I'm going to cut it to 6 inches. Now, if you're working with pattern paper like this, you need to decide which way is going to be up. When I was making my sample this morning, I screwed up and my pattern was going the wrong way. So if it's a vertical pattern, you want it to be 6.5 inches wide. If it's going to be a horizontal pattern, see, it was going like this, then you want that to be 6.5 inches wide, if that makes sense. So I've cut this to 6.5 already, and then I'm going to cut it to 6. And on our paper trimmer, if you just slide it up to the edge, that's 6 inches. Take that out. So then we're going to do a little scoring. And I've already done the other one already, so I'm going to show you one sheet, and then I'll bring the other one in when we get to the stage where I have that one at. So I'm going to use my Simply Score. And I liked this because when I was scoring on my paper trimmer, it wasn't lining up. I think it was probably me, but when I would bring it to the point where I needed to meet another line, I'll actually turn this over because it might be easier to see. I'm not going to do it because then I'll get messed up. So I've got this 6.5. So we're going to score at 3. This is on the long side, and 6. So you're going to have a 1/2 inch margin here. And this is extremely important. Turn it clockwise. I turned it the other way when I was making my samples or my boxes, and it messes me up. So then we're going to score 3 inches again all the way to the bottom. Then we're going to go to 4.5, and I'm going to find that score mark, and I can't really see it here, but it looks like it's right above the red line there. So we're going to go to 4.5, and I'm going to put my finger there, down to that score mark, and then we're going to 5.5, and down to that 3-inch score mark again. See how close I did? Oh, good. See, you can see there. And you remember to turn it around. So when you're done, this is going to be the top of my box. And this will be like the right side of my box. So I'll bring in the other piece. Then what I did is I made a window. And you make it in the lower left-hand quadrant. And you can use whatever shape you choose. I chose to use one of the squares from the Stitched Shapes dies. And I cut out that square. And then we're going to do a little trimming. And we're going to, this is going to be our window for the front of it. So this will be the front of our box here. There. Sorry. I keep forgetting this is upside down for you guys. So this is the important part too. I messed up on trimming my sides. So we're going to cut out this piece up here, up along the score line, and then this piece up here. And I'm sorry I chose this paper now because it's hard for you guys to see. But here is the score line. So I'm going to trim right there up to that 1/2 inch score line. I'm going to cut this out. There. And then we are going to go over to this score line here and cut it out. So cut it at with the 1/2 inch in on the 3-inch score line and down the 1/2 inch to the 3-inch score line. And we'll do that on both pieces. Make sure I have the right one. So I'm going to fold it here so it looks like it's yellow. I suppose if I turned it over it would be easier to see. And then I need to cut out this one here. Just up to that score line, and you've got those two partial score lines down there. So there is our box so far. Now we are going to actually cut down this score line all the way. So at the top, this is what it's going to look like, okay, when we're done. So if that helps you visualize what I'm doing here. So we are going to cut down this line here. I'm going to turn it over so I can see better. And just down to that score line there. And this one down to the score line. Then we are going to take our tag topper, our scallop tag topper punch. We're going to fold this down and fold this back like that. And I'm going to bring in my tag topper punch. And that we're going to center it from side to side. And I like to check it to make sure it's all the way to the top. And it is. And recheck side to side and punch. And we'll do the same thing for this. So fold this flap down, this one forward towards you. Slide it in as far as it'll go. And make sure it's at the top. Double check. And we're done with that. So now we got these two little guys that look like goalpost holders. So I'm going to get this out of here. We are going to cut down alongside the side of the tag down to that next little score line. It's only just a smidge, maybe 1/8 of an inch. And then cut in and cut that part away. So cut down here, and then my hands are jiggling there because you want it the width of the tag. And down here, and cut in, and down along the side. And there, our little goalpost guys are gone. Now we need slots for this tag to fit into. So I created a template, and I actually drew it on my paper. So I'm using the word window punch, and I think for this one, just for the sake of making it easier for you, I'm going to draw this way, and I'm going to try, instead of the word window punch, I'm going to try our classic label punch, because when Jeanette made this video, this one was not available, and it's about the same width. So I'm just we're going to do a test here. So there is my little diagram, and we're just going to see if this works, because otherwise what you have to do is if you have the word window punch, you bring it in and you line it up on one side, and then you slide it over to the other side to make sure that it's big enough for your tag to fit through. And I have a tag here. I'll show you what I mean. Let's see if this is going to work. And it's going to work perfect. So this is available now. The word window punch is retired. But I never get rid of my punches, so... Does anybody have any questions? Am I going a little too fast? I hope not. So then we'll bring our second sheet in, and we'll do the same thing with that. So I'm still going to use my template, because that helps me to square it up. So if you're doing this, what you're going to do, if you're doing it without the word window, you want to shove it in as far as it'll go, and then kind of center it from side to side and punch. But I want to make sure that I get it where I need it to be. So I made a little template. I just cut a 3-inch square and then centered it on that. So that's what I did. But if you're brave and want to just go and slide it in there and punch away, more power to you. So we're going to slide this in, and it's just the right width, the classic label punch. There. So we have that done. Now we're going to, actually, we're going to attach these two together. So for some reason, I'm going to put the window on here. So what did I do with my window sheet? I had it here. It's hard to see because it's clear. I had all my little things piled up here. Oh dear. Well, let's see. I set it over here. Pause. Good grief. I know I had it. There it is. It slid behind. So I have a piece of window sheet, and whatever shape you're going to do, make sure that it's 1/2 inch larger than your window. So this window measures 1 1/8, or 1 5/8. So 1/2 inch larger is like 2 1/4. Now, when you're cutting this, I think I've already done 2 1/2. No, if I didn't. So you shove it up there and get this out of the way. And when you're cutting, don't pull away. Go towards the edge of your cutter, because otherwise I had it move on me. So we need 2 1/4. There. We've got that done. Now we're going to take some tear and tape and go to the wrong side of our paper. And there you are. Now hopefully I won't do the same thing I did last week and have it stick to my fingers while I'm trying to put it down. So you want to lay it right along the edge there. So, and who's ever out there, say hi. I'd like to know who's joining me today. It's just nice to know I have company here. And we'll cut that there. Hi, Jane. Nice to see you. Thanks for stopping in. And I love to hear comments from people. We're going to flip it around and do it the other way here. Right along the edge. Now, if you have difficulty, I like to burnish this a little bit. There. And if you have trouble peeling this off, you can always take your paper piercing tool or take your pick tool and just pull it up. And I usually don't have trouble lifting it, so I just use my fingernails. Now watch, this last one will give me trouble. Right? There we go. And now, lost my window sheet again. It's horrible getting old. So then my tape is like 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch along around the outside of my window. And that extra 1/2 inch of the window sheet is perfect for that. So there's our cute little window. So now we're going to attach these two together just on one side here, and just down to the bottom, and burnish that bit. Peel it off. And then we're going to, I'll try to do this upside down for you guys. Line it up with the score line. And this score line here. So if you lay them side by side, they should work. And then we're going to put some tear and tape. We're going to finish this up. We haven't made the bottom yet. But we're going to put some tear and tape along the bottom here. Just going to prep it for finishing it up. And only go up to that 1/2 inch score line. Do not go beyond it. And then we're going to flip it over to the right side. And we're going to put some tear and tape on this. Put here, right along the edge. There, on that flap. And we're not peeling that off yet either. Just getting it ready for the, finish that for the bottom. Now we're going to make the bottom. So what you need is a piece of cardstock, or you could use the same DSP. I'm just going to use a piece of pool party cardstock, and it's 4 inches by 7.5. And I'm going to bring in my scoring board again. And we are going to score at, if you can see this, 1/2, 3.5, 4, and 7. Oops, it moved on me. There. So we have a 1/2 inch on each end and then a 1/2 inch in the middle, and these two are 3 inches. So, and then another 1/2 inch. And this is at 3.5, so that's another 1/2 inch there. And that's all our scoring. Pretty easy. So now we're just going to burnish those score lines. Just makes what we're going to do next a little bit easier. Oh, go on, guys. We're not ready for you yet. Hi, Dorothy. And burnish this. We're going to take our paper snips. Nope. Well, we can do that. We've got one more step, but we can cut along these little score lines and create these little tabs. Oh dear, and I ripped that. So I need those little, you know, what happens is I get adhesive on my scissors and it sticks. And that's what happened. The adhesive stuck to my scissors. This is a adhesive eraser. We used to sell these. We don't anymore, but you can still buy them in the craft stores, and these are great. So, no more stickiness. So let's see if this piece of paper is 7.5. It is. So 7.5 by 4. There. And I think we can just, we'll use this to do our scoring. So 1/2 inch. And I like to flip it around then and then do the 3.5. Sorry about that slamming. 4. And then I'm just going to use this marker over here on this side and do the 1/2 inch. Or that would be the 7.5 if I extended my arm. On my paper trimmer. Not my arm, but the arm. And then a 1/2 inch. I'm going to flip it around and do the 1/2 inch on this side. There. And get this guy out of the way because he's toast. Yeah, we're going to burnish the score line here. So do you guys enjoy doing like 3D projects, or is it just me? I love making boxes, and I love a challenge, and sometimes I've got so many boxes now. It's crazy. So we're going to cut along this score line here, back to where we were. And I should buy just one pair of scissors just for cutting glue, tear and tape, because they always get sticky. I have another pair that I tried to use, but they're not Stampin' Up, and I don't like them as well. No, hope we're not getting glue on here again. Cut the little wedge out. And Now, this is totally up to you. I found that I don't actually need this little one. It's kind of like an appendix. If you want to leave it in, fine. If you don't, take it out. When Janet made hers, she left it in. But it actually came out on me accidentally. And it worked fine. So now we're going to take and make a hole for our cupcake. So she suggested the 2-inch circle, but when I put my cupcakes in, the regular size cupcakes, they didn't fit. So this is from the Layering Shapes, and the cut size measures 2 and about 1/8, and that is perfect. I did one more real quick box yesterday because I had one unexpected guest come, and I gave them a cupcake, and then I had to quick make another box. So I'm going to try and use my little mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and I'm just going to fold the flaps down, and it fits then. And I'm going to try to center this as well as I can, and hopefully it won't move on me. So I just kind of eyeball it. And I'm going to try and lay this down here without moving it. I did my test one this morning and it moved, and my little circle wasn't centered properly. But you know, nobody's going to say, hey, look at this cupcake box. It's not centered right. So if they do, then take your cupcake back. No, I'm kidding. So got a little bit of adhesive on there. It must have been on the one of the plates. I'm just going to use my adhesive eraser and get rid of it. There. So now I'm going to bring in my little clothespins again, and we're going to glue this together. So I've got my glue here, and I'm going to put some on the tabs, and then place these, and I just like these little clothespins, just to hold it just long enough for it to take. And then I'm going to swing it around and do the same thing on this side. And grab my little clothespin. Yeah. Or you can sit there and hold it and sing a song if you like. But I'm not going to put you through that. So this side should be done. Kind of like a cake. So now what I'm going to do, I tried 2 different ways to do this. I put glue on this side, or you can use tear and tape, and I got glue all over my fingers. So then I tried doing it this way. I just put glue on the inside here, and here, and here. And then I can just take my little lid and not get glue on my fingers, hopefully, and tuck it in, and then hold it for a little bit, and just till it adheres. So this is the base of our box and the cupcake, the piece that holds the cupcake. And it got a little off center again, but you know what, it's okay. You can measure it. It's about 1/2 inch to the from each edge. So then what we're going to do is we're going to bring this back in here. And now you want to make sure where your hole is. And we're going to peel this off. Hope I'm in camera here. My Facebook page is not, on my tablet is not working. I don't know if I can go out and come back in and see, because I like to be able to see what you guys are looking at. So There. Ah, good, you can. So I'm going to take my little base and make sure that I have the hole up, and I'm going to line up the edge as best I can with this score mark here. And along with the bottom. You can see that. So then I'm going to bring this edge up here. Hopefully it's lining up because I can't see it. And then I like to roll it. So I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to roll to line it up along the edge and the next score mark. Now, this part, now we can take off this tape here. Because we're going to tuck this in with this side here. So I'm going to do like this. And line it up, tuck it in. Let's see. To face myself. There we go. And there's our little box. And now this one folds in, and I should have burnished these before and I didn't. This folds in, and this folds up, and this folds up, and they go in, and this goes here, and this goes here. There's our little box. Now, if you want to decorate it, I picked out some pieces from the ice cream set, because that's where this is from, and you can do whatever you want. I'm just going to glue these on the front. And I'm going to put that there. And I've got another one. Maybe I'll stick that. I don't want to cover up the cupcake. I'm going to put this one up here. And you might want to do something a little smaller. I just thought these would be kind of fun, especially with this paper, using the same paper. And I'll put another one here. And then I've got this little sentiment I'm going to just glue on there, right there. It says, treat yourself. There. And I'll hold them down a little bit. Then I'm going to take some of this dotted polka dot tulle, yeah, ribbon, and I already cut off a piece. So this is about 16 inches, yep, 16, and we're just going to take it through our little tab slot there, and tie our little bow. I'm going to try not to do it quite so tight this time, so when I open it, it'll be easier. And there we go. Now, if you try this, I would love for you to share your creations on my Facebook page, and I want you to do that all the time. I need inspiration too. So, and I love to see what everybody's doing, and if you've tried the projects or not. So, this is this one, and oh, I took the ribbon off of this one. That's right. That's what I just used. Well, you get the idea. These are the boxes. So I love this paper. It was kind of like ice cream shop paper. Reminded me of. So cake and ice cream for my birthday, right? Or for anybody's birthday. You could use these for a wedding or a baby shower. Lots of different things that you could try. So anyway. I hope you enjoyed this. I enjoyed making these too. So, I'm Marilyn. Thanks for stopping in, and I'm going to create a PDF. So anybody with a $50 order will get a free copy of the PDF. Let's make it through April 15th, tax day. That'll be good. So I'll have the supplies that I used on this on my blog, cottagesaintstamper.blogspot.com. And thank you, Dorothy. I'm glad you enjoyed it. So anyway, I'll have the supplies and the dimensions on that. And if you want a PDF, place an order and you get it automatically. So thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it when you guys sit here and watch with me, and take care, and may God bless you. Bye.